When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on another SEC rival, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Volunteers will kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Mississippi State's offense will take the field first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it.
He tries to take the top off. Makes the grab inside the 30. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Now on the move.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week. And you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game and the offense. They've got it moving now.
So Tennessee's offense will get the ball for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut...
Pulls it in down the sideline. Touchdown ball. Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Off the play fake on first down. Pulls it in. It's Henderson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Mississippi State going up tempo. Rides the back on the option to give. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. It'll be 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Looking left. On target over the middle. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Bulldogs are on the move. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man.
Running room in the middle. Touchdown, Mississippi State. A great catch. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Trying to get behind the defense. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he'll take it to that. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Off the RPO, complete. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Vols can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught close to the marker, it's Lovett. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Addison. Right on the money. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Volunteers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. It's complete. Into the end. First play of the period, 1st down here. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Makes the grab and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Turning it on! Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Yeah, and everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close and run the football, it looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Zings it complete to the right. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Power football with the run. Plows through the defense. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. He spins that thing down the middle. And he cruises. Toss sweep to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Vols have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Addison. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot. Now it's 4th down. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Couldn't get away from that cover. So here is the Tennessee offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the 1st half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the 2nd half.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Volunteers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to... Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He takes a chance and fires it across the field.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot.
The Vols really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Unloads quickly, fighting off the defender. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36. And the Volunteers are flying down the field. He wants to throw it again. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Scanning the field, it's Addison. Under fire. Finds the tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he is finding wide open defenders. Looking downfield on first down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Hauls it in.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncovered.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Vols with the 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Slips one guy, and now he's loose. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives.
Touchdown, Volunteer! On the run, it's Lovett. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Using the quick game. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to throw. It's Addison. Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Smalls. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Last play didn't go well. It leaves them with 2nd and 11. Running back searching for a hole. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And he's done everything for this offense today, running the football, so much so that he's now got 98 yards rushing. We're in the 4th quarter. One more carry, and this guy could eclipse the 100-yard mark.
Using his legs, it's Lovett. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. The incomplete pass into... From the gun, running back gets the gift. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. They'll run it from the gun. Got the first down and still on his feet. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Tennessee.
One more play to pad the stats. On the direct snap, it's Levitt. And they get him on the ground, and that's going to do it. Ball game is over.